If you don't know what the Jackbox Party Pack series of video games are, oh boy, you are missing out. Jackbox Party Packs each come with 5 party games. You pick a game and everyone joins through a room code on a web browser. So that way you don't have to force your friends to download anything, which is also extremely simple and extremely drunk-proof, which is super important at parties. And these games are sick. You got drawing games, wordplay games, trivia games, social deduction games, PowerPoint presentation games.
Life is like an empty pizza box. Even when you were having the pizza, it was still destroying you.
For the most part, Jackbox Party Pack games are super simple and super intuitive, which makes them really easy to get going at parties without much explanation. There are some Jackbox games that are a little bit heavier, though I'll get into that later. But yeah, because of the nature of these games, setup is stupidly easy, even if you got a room full of stupidly pissed drunk people. Literally just launch Jackbox on a laptop that's HDMI to the computer and boom. There's also a lot of times I go to someone's party, they already got a Jackbox Party Pack on their own, I don't know, console or computer or whatever. So I didn't even have to bring anything. Woo! And to play, all you gotta do is whip out your phone, go to this website, put in the room code, bam, you're in. Which is a godsend, by the way, because I hate it when games are like, oh, check out our app in the App Store. No, Jackbox is like, just go to our website, it's fine. And once the game starts, you don't even have to teach anything. There's just like a nice narration on screen with really cool visuals. Though half the time people weren't even paying attention. They're just like, oh, what, okay, I'll learn as I play. But hey, at least they were ignoring a pre-recorded narration instead of me and my beautiful voice. How dare you? But yeah, that's how Jackbox works in a nutshell. It's basically the most idiot-proof thing I've ever seen in my life. There's currently 8 Jackbox Party Packs, which in total means there are 40 games. Some are just sequels, though, because there's like 3 Quiplashes. And all of them are on Steam, so whenever there's a Steam sale, you can get these party packs for dirt cheap. I'm talking like $5 to $10 cheap. And obviously, it'll take forever to describe all 40 of these games, so I'm just gonna describe a few of them to you right now. Quiplash gives everyone 2 prompts to answer with something funny, then those answers get compared, and everyone votes on the better one. Talking Points has you do a PowerPoint presentation, but someone else is making slides for you as you're presenting. And Mad vs. City has you create fill-in-the-blank rap lyrics, which are then read through text-to-speech.
You're just a doggo. Back home, I beat you like
Okay, that was pretty good.
But yeah, it's kind of how most of the Jackbox Party games go. Very simple, very accessible. So what exactly is it about these games that absolutely crushes party board games? The big one, the biggest one, the main one has gotta be the ease of setup, which has a lot of factors going into it. First of all, for physical board games, you gotta make sure that there's an actual table, which, I mean, yeah, duh. But you'd be surprised how most of the time at parties, all the tables are being used for food and drinks and alcohol. So not only do you have to clear some space, there's a very real possibility that your board games are gonna get gunked up by some leftover crumbs and spilled drinks and yada yada, food. Messy. Or, you know, people who just want to play games while having food and drinks. Because I've learned the hard way, most people aren't insane dorks like us board gamers. They will haphazardly and casually destroy your favorite cardboard.
That was a 2,000-year-old historical treasure. What is wrong with you?
I get it. Different people show respect for physical tangibility in different ways. Board gamers like to daintily preserve the quality of their printed cardboard. And then drunk people have their own unique way of showing respect through baby brain and borderline eating your cards. And then to top it all off for setup, you gotta teach people at a party. Like, fuck. I would rather teach High Frontier to sober people. So yeah, all these factors make me gravitate towards A, bringing really simple games that are easily replaceable and everyone already knows about. Or B, don't even bother with board games. Just get smashed and start talking to people about just random dumb shit. But to wait, why on earth would you want to be playing board games with these ill-mannered drunk simpletons who will puke and shit over your precious cardboard? I am glad you asked, random strawman that I just made up, and that's because there's plenty of these different types of social gatherings of which I like to attend. You know, sometimes, yeah, I like a nice kickback where, you know, you just hang out with a bunch of people that you know, you only get sort of fucked up and you play some light party games just to just hang out, relax, right? But even at those hangouts, we usually just play Jackbox anyway, so. And then there's parties where I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm wandering around and I'm eventually gonna get really bored and start asking all these people, all right, hey, you want to play some dumb games with me? Woo! And when you try to get party board games going in those cases, sometimes it just does not work out. Meanwhile, Jackbox is just like, yo, turn on the TV, everyone get your phones out, go to this website, wow, we're playing already. Plus, you'd be surprised how often people are just naturally flocking in the room with the TV because, I mean, one, there's a TV in there, but two, there's goddamn couches. So, I mean, yeah, of course people are just gonna chill out and vibe there. Like, I don't know, it's just so organic. People are already seated, they're comfortable, they got their phones out, like, fuck, man, half the setups already done for you. And the fact that Jackbox teaches players for you is just chef's kiss. Or if nobody's paying attention, it's pretty easy to just learn by playing because it's a video game. So it will automatically prompt players to write an answer or draw a picture or whatever the hell else they're supposed to be doing when it's their turn. But perhaps most importantly, Jackbox games are legitimately just good games. There's so much design space to be explored when you're using your phone as a controller. Like, all the drawing games are gonna be way funnier and way more creative than something like Pictomania. And although writing games happen at breakneck speeds when compared to physically passing around cards or writing down answers. And even the social deduction is amazing. Push the button and weapons drawn are legitimately just as, if not more complex than a lot of light social deduction board games. Which brings me to the thing that really seals the deal for me, and that's this really healthy scale of complexity, because need I remind you, there are 40 games right now spread across 8 party packs. And I know I've mostly talked about dumb party games earlier, but then there are games like Bidiots, which legitimately just feel like light board games. So Bidiots is an auction game where at the start everyone is given 2 prompts to draw, and afterwards all of these drawings get auctioned off in random order. The thing is though, is that the game purposely makes the drawing prompts extremely similar to one another so that you will accidentally get them mixed up. On top of that, all of these drawings are given randomly assigned monetary values. And then on top of that, each player knows the value of only 3 of these portraits, but good luck correctly matching the right names with the right drawings. And then to top us all off, you get half the money whenever one of your portraits is auctioned off to another player. But then chances are, you have no idea how much your own drawing is worth. Only its name. So you not only have to play it off as not your drawing, but you also have to be convincing the room that yes, this portrait is worth a lot. You should be bidding a lot for it, so then that way you can get a lot of that sweet moolah. And then to make playmaking potential even more crazy, once per game you can force another player to bid if they have enough money. So if you are certain that the drawing's value is low and the bid is high, oh boy, can you screw over someone. Also, you can take loans, which will bite you in the ass when the game ends, but if you have absolutely figured out which one of the drawings are valuable, oh boy is this worth it to just start buying them all up. So then the gameplay loop ends up being everyone shouting out these random bullshit title prices and names for all the drawings, and the end result is you have to navigate the social minefield to figure out which paintings are worth fighting over and which ones you use to scam others with. So that's Bidiots in a nutshell. And yeah, off the top of my head, some other games I can think of with actual mechanics include The Devil in the Details and Monster Seeking Monster. But yeah, the point I'm making here is that there's basically going to be a Jackbox Party game for everyone. And if you need more assurance, just look at this art for the older Jackbox games. It's just a bunch of board games. Just pretend they're a bunch of board games. They're clearly a bunch of board games. Look, they're just a bunch of board games, okay? Also, fun fact, if you go to the behind the scenes articles on Jackbox Games' website, all their prototyping is done through pen, paper, dice, and I don't know, tokens from Sorry, which means that at some point every Jackbox game was a tabletop game. Too long, didn't watch. This entire video is actually just me secretly being super salty over the fact that I never get to play my light board games, because every time we're hanging out with my non-board gaming friends, we're just playing Jackbox. And then every time we're hanging out with my board gamer friends, we're playing heavier games. So what the hell is even the point of owning a light board game anymore? I mean, also to be fair, Jackbox games are, you know, actually just really good. And yeah, that's probably why they get played a lot more than my light games, so. But anyways, yeah, rant over. Abrupt sponsorship message. You see this table right here? Game Theory Tables is having an early Black Friday sale where you can get 10% off your entire order by using our link in the description below. This right here is the Cassidy. If you want a bigger table, you get the Origins, and both these tables have got some crazy customization options. Like, look at this. We got our logo on this table. Isn't that freaking awesome? But yeah, if you're in need of a cool-ass board game table, definitely check out the link below. Now, time to shout out our patrons.